Hello, mis amores. This week we're struggling. Yeah, if you've seen last week's video, I kind of announced that something will happen in this week's video, and it's still not happening. That's what I've been struggling with, but you will see next week, I'm sure, with how much I've talked about it and kind of announced it. The anticipation must be so high that you expect me to have made or to still be making a wedding dress or an ultra extravagant gown. I mean, I guess you'll have to wait and see, but lower your expectations just a little bit. Anyway, that's not why we're here today. Actually, it is, because we're struggling, and therefore I asked you guys for your struggle meals. Struggle meals to me are meals that you eat when you're struggling for whatever reason, time-wise, money-wise, mentally, or you just crave something that you usually have when you're struggling. Or maybe also energy-wise. What's my struggle meal, I wonder? I asked you guys, but have I even thought about it? My struggle meals are anything that I make on the daily. Anyway, I've chosen some interesting ones that you have told me. I mean, a lot of the things were very easy to make and therefore not really YouTube ready, so guys, struggle in a different way, please, next time. There were two meals that a lot of you guys had in common. One was, of course, instant noodles or instant ramen or something like that. And the other one was tuna pasta. I mean, I kind of get it. I used to love that back in the day. And honestly, reading it so often, I kind of was like, okay, maybe you should try it. Okay. We're not gonna go there, but it was very interesting how many of you guys have mentioned it. I guess it is very easy to make and still quite flavorful and also cheap, so it really ticks all of the boxes. Today, we will be struggling in different ways, and the first way is actually a Latin way, as you can see by these tomatoes. Duh. I think soups are also a very common struggle meal, hence the instant ramen. It's a well-known struggle meal in Mexican households, Steven says. We're gonna be making sopa de fideo. Sopa meaning soup, and fideo meaning noodles. I still have an open package from when we made Bridgerton recipes, which is like over half a year ago. Yours truly, Lady Whistledown. Which is crazy, I know. Surely this is still good, right? I mean, it's just pasta, noodles, whatever. What's the difference between noodles and pasta? So basically, it's a tomato flavored noodle soup. It seems to be very easy to make, and I don't know if you use that word in that way, but like very hearty. Yeah. Stephen also told me that there are multiple ways of making this sopa, the soup. Sorry. One is a super lazy way, and the other one you have to put a little bit more effort into. We're gonna go with the second, at least for YouTube. I don't know what I do in my free time. Steven then also sent a TikTok, and then I went down a bit of a rabbit hole, watching multiple videos of people making this soup, and they're all slightly different. So if this is not how you make it, you're just different. We all live in different ways, and we thrive when we appreciate those different ways and not shame them. There it is. I basically already told you what do you need. Tomatoes and vermicelli. The person on the TikTok used like a small pack of vermicelli. This is like half of a bigger one, so I think we're good. They use 3 tomatoes, but they were bigger, so I'm going for 4. Half an onion, 2 to 3 garlic cloves, and I'm using 4 because period. You also need 2 spoons of chicken broth. This is veggie broth or bouillon. And lastly, 2 spoons of tomato bouillon. I feel like that's not something you can get in Germany. So I'm just gonna go for an instant tomato soup and basically take 2 spoons of that, because judging by what the internet said, it's basically the same ingredients. So that's what we're gonna do. In the beginning, you will also need 3 cups, which is like maybe 600 milliliters of water. And then later you're gonna need some more water. How to make it is basically by calling the ambulance. And once that is done, You're gonna fry the vermicelli or roast them, not fry. Anyway, until they get a nice brown color. And in the meantime, we essentially just put all of the other ingredients into a blender. The other ingredients. And if you've watched my making foods from scratch video, you know we've got a newfound love and admiration and appreciation for my blender. So I'm happy to use it. Let's roast some vermicelli. Obviously you then also need some oil. I think you fry it in like a big pot because we will be making the soup in that pot. Roast, not fry. Also guys, I totally effed up my intro. I wanted to start by saying, do you guys still remember this top? This I once made in a video. That was gonna be my segue to my sewing project that I've started and wanted to post last week and then this week because of how bad this actually is. Yes, I can wear it, but there are so many mistakes and it's actually quite easy, and now I would have done such a better job. But yeah, I don't know what the point of this story is. That is oil, vermicelli. We will be keeping an eye on our vermicelli, but in the meantime, to a blender, you will be adding 3 tomatoes. I'm not even gonna bother cutting out the inside because we're gonna blend this anyway. Half an onion, the garlic cloves, 3 cups of water, 2 spoons of veggie broth. I hope this is gonna work with a tomato soup. Also 2 spoons. We blend. Don't listen because it's gonna be loud. Yeah, we're almost done already. See, I like this. This does seem like a struggle meal. I'm so sorry guys, bad sound, but my other camera just died and the memory card is full. We're just gonna add our blended tomato stuff to our roasted vermicelli now. You can strain this if you want it to be thinner, I think. Speaking of, the person in the video now added 6 more cups of water. But I don't know, this feels like so much nicer, like this even. Let me add 2 more and then we'll go from there. Put a lid on and let it boil. My god, my laptop. That shouldn't have taken me 15 minutes to figure out. But to be honest, I think the soup also needed those 15 minutes. The noodles are very soaked up now, so it's become thicker. It smells very aromatic in here. It also smells like an instant ramen, the veggie version of mama. That's a good thing. I've made so much soup now, but I actually really like the consistency like this. I'm gonna eat some of this now, and then if I were to heat it up later, I will maybe potentially add more water. Guys, my laptop is so far away, I bet you can still hear it. It's so loud. I have plated some sopa de fideo. Yeah, we might need more water. It is very thick. Let's hope we can find comfort in this struggle meal. Comfort that is well needed after the laptop incident. Wow, this is so flavorful. This really does give me like a nice homely and hearty vibe. I think this is so flavorful, mainly because we roasted the pasta. I think this adds such a nice flavor element and dimension. I'm not sure why I've never done this before. To be fair, mine is less of a soup and more of a pasta with sauce, I guess. But more water would definitely make it too watery, I think, flavor-wise. I like this, maybe with like a tortilla to dip in. It doesn't look like it, but it kind of tastes like something that you would have spent a couple of minutes, hours making. Well, good thing I like it because I've got soup for days. Lots of struggle days. I am now a total fan of roasting your noodles beforehand. I can totally see why this would be a very common struggle meal in Mexico. But now moving on to something that is actually pretty similar to something that I would make. But there's one twist to it that makes it very interesting to me, and I just kind of want to try it. It's cheesy rice cake. And yeah, that's a little... I'll show you. I don't have the screenshot on my phone, but I do have it on my laptop, but I don't want to touch it anymore. So whoever sent this, thank you. You shall remain anonymous. So sometimes if I'm super lazy and still like want to eat something, this will not replace a full-on meal for me, but it's like a little something to add on to my meal if I'm still hungry or something like that. I would take rice cakes, and then depending on whether or not I'm feeling you know, sweet, I would obviously put something else on top. But sometimes, if I feel a little bit like more savory, I would put tomato paste on top. Look, it's a little hard for you guys. Love you. So this still seems very normal to me. Okay, it's not gonna get much crazier. The next thing is already crazy to me because we're gonna put cheese on top. Let me try and make it round. That's perfectly round. Some herbs. See, and this is how I would eat it. Probably without the cheese, because I usually don't have cheese actually. But now we're gonna microwave it. And I have never put a rice cake into the microwave. So that's what really got me excited about this recipe. Struggle meal. I just can't imagine what the consistency and everything will be like. So yeah, I'm nervous, excited, scared. I mean, I don't really know for how long. I'm starting with like 40 seconds. Okay, the cheese is melted, so I guess that's it. I don't know, will it not be soggy and like soft? There's only one way to find out. Yeah, let me put a little bit of salt and pepper. As if that's the only issue here. See, I like that it's warm. I also like the melted cheese, but yeah, the rice cake just doesn't work. We have to find a different solution here because it tastes great. Obviously, it will give you pizza vibes. We have to find a different way to like melt the cheese. Maybe make it warm, but like still have the crunchiness. Just how I expected, actually. I'm good. If I can find a way to keep the rice cake crunchy, then I would make this again. But anyway, since we're on the topic of bread, we can move on to the next one. This next one intrigued me because it's just very much not what I would ever make. Very interesting to me. Essentially, we'll be putting bread into milk. I got a very interesting description on how to make it, which I'm not sure I fully understand. I'm also not supposed to say who sent this, either because they want to stay anonymous or they actually don't want to be associated with this recipe and it's kind of a prank. What we're gonna do is we're gonna heat up some milk and some eggs, which seems normal. Also a little bit of sunflower oil. And then we're gonna pour it over some technically Turkish white bread. I've chosen a different kind of white bread because she then also added, or it's best or usually done with this type of bread, but if I don't have it at home, then any other bread will do. So I just got a different kind of white bread. Then we put salt and pepper on top and eat it. Girl, I don't even know. Let's start by making that milk mixture. We use half a pan of milk is what she said. I'm not sure how much that is. Maybe 250 is enough. And I'm just gonna use 1 egg. I feel like the sopa, the soup, will taste really great with seafood. I don't know, it's already kind of giving me seafood somehow. I don't know if I need another egg. And a spoon of oil. Let's heat it up until it boils. In the meantime, I'm gonna shred my bread. No, I'm gonna cut it into small pieces. Like so, I guess. And I'm already gonna put it into a bowl. Bit of pepper and some salt. I don't know, this seems fake to me. Well, if all else fails, I don't have much, but at least I still have soup, soup, I still have soup. I feel like it weren't as confusing if I was supposed to make it super sweet with like sugar and maybe cinnamon because I've been there, done that on this channel. I'm just a little confused by the salt and pepper. Speaking of confused, what is this? The pudding? Trying to be custard. Oh, it's burning at the bottom, so I think it's done. Let's pour it on top. Cheers, guys. Looks like I made a great amount. Okay, it smells salt and peppery. I don't know, only judging by the looks, it does look like a struggle meal, right? Yeah, I'm not sure if I'd ever resort to this, but I feel like you can definitely use old bread for this. If you really like this. Would this not be better sweeter? I mean, I haven't even tried the salty version, but I mean, this is very hot now. Huh? More salt, maybe a bit more pepper. It's getting very like pulpy and mushy. You know what? There's something about this. I can see this. I'm confused, but I can see this. I feel like I would add other stuff as well, no? Not just pepper and salt. It just really doesn't look nice. I hope my egg was cooked as well. I can't even explain the flavor. I think the more salt and pepper I add, the better it gets. But honestly, I could also see this with honey and fruit. Oh, Naomi, I made you lunch.
I expected sweet.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Oh.
Interesting.
Why is it salty?
It's actually kind of not bad the more you eat it. I probably don't want to eat this anymore either. I definitely burnt my fingers a little bit holding the bowl, so was it worth it? Although my tummy might not be agreeing with whatever it is we've just made. Anonymous person, thank you for that. We're gonna continue with something someone else sent me. And that was just like a very specific and interesting combination that I want to try it. Oh, how many breaks can I make in a sentence? I don't know. It was so specific, interesting. Let's make it. Just say those same words again. We're gonna start with some cottage cheese. I don't know how much. I don't know if it's supposed to be a snack or like a full-on meal. Many of you guys will already be out at this part, I guess. Then we add nutritional yeast. Maybe a protein snack, I don't know. Hemp seeds. Never bought, never had. Ooh, rich in protein. Yeah, see, I think this is supposed to be like a struggle protein snack, maybe. I definitely have a scent. Okay, how much? I don't know, guys. A tomato. We're also gonna add, I think that's good for the amount of cottage cheese we've got. And the last thing, guys, is sauerkraut, which was my baby a couple of months ago. I had like a full-on phase for I think a month or two where I would eat sauerkraut every day, just like a little bit before every time I eat. I don't know, I saw a TikTok and so I did that. We're also gonna add a bit of sauerkraut. It is a very strange combination, no? And I guess then we're gonna mix. Maybe this is really good. And it could be like a salad you always have on the side. Okay, cheers. This seems like very particular and like very thought out and thought through, which is very different to what I would consider a struggle meal. We all struggle in different ways. Cheers. This is surprisingly nice. No, not surprisingly, but it's good. You get a lot of sauerkraut, but it's not too acid. The acidity is very much toned down by the other ingredients. I mean, the tomato is also very acidy, you know? This is refreshing. This is definitely not a struggle meal in terms of money. Also not energy because it's like 5 ingredients. That's a lot. If I struggle and I want to eat that, I would feel like I've graduated from the school of struggling. I've made it in life. This is my struggle meal? That's not to say that your struggles aren't justified or that I want to belittle your struggles. It's just, I don't know. It's also not the craziest thing. It's just, I definitely struggle differently. I'm definitely not struggling eating this up. Okay. Ow. Guys, I hurt my foot so much trying to jump rope. Like, I thought that was gonna be my new cardio, my new thing. And I felt so good. And so I did it the next day again and I felt even better. I did not feel that great after. Oh, it's quite loud, no? Anyway, so my foot, I kind of broke my foot. It's not broken, but 2 days ago it really felt broken. But now I'm unbroken, just like Demi Lovato. Like I've never been broken. Where am I going with this? We're going to Hungary. Hungary because we're hungry. Ahaha. No one has ever made that joke before. No one. So Nicoletta actually sent me a recipe. Nicoletta, Naomi and I kind of know because we've been to an amusement park together as part of a competition win. Now, we'll see if she has a nice struggle meal. It's a very easy Hungarian dish. And it is cabbage pasta. I don't know, I feel like if there's anything Eastern European, then it's cabbage. It's also very German. And as you can maybe hear in the background, I'm already cooking some pasta. Actually, I'm cooking about 200 grams, 250 rather, grams of farfalle. Usually it's not made with farfalle, but with a Hungarian pasta that we don't have here in Germany. She offered to send it to me, but then she also said that she thinks farfalle are the closest to that pasta. So we're gonna go with that. And also, I have chopped a quarter of a cabbage into small pieces. Essentially, we're gonna fry the cabbage and then add the pasta, the cooked pasta, and that's it. We will season it with salt and pepper, and then later, if you're feeling a little extra, she says, you can add some sugar at the end to make it a bit sweet and more flavorful. Let's fry the cabbage on medium heat in some oil until it's a lead brown. I feel like this is what it is. I don't think it's gonna get any darker. Maybe I didn't add enough oil. Some bits are like burning. The other parts aren't changing color at all. I think we're good. Okay, let's try. Okay, just a small little portion because I'm not very tired. Hungry. We're not even gonna try it without the sugar. If she says that's how she usually has it, then we shall have it like that as well. Just a little sugar layer on top. Beautiful, you can see, right? Yeah, honestly, there's not much to see, but hopefully to taste. It's not bad. It still tastes very fresh because of the cabbage. How do I feel about the sugar? Good question. Very good question. I feel like it does add a little something. Without it, it is a little bit bland. With it, it's still bland, but sweeter, which I think is my main issue with this. Maybe I need more salt and pepper as well. Okay, it's getting better. It does take quite a long time to eat because you don't really have a sauce or anything. The cabbage is quite juicy, obviously, because it's pretty watery, but still chewing. I don't know about this one. I think this one is very much childhood memory, and that's why we make it nowadays. I think it's lacking something. Like, it's good as a base. Now we have to add on top. I do like the sugar with it. I will say, you definitely have to like cabbage. I like it. I like most things. But honestly, I'm still just thinking about the soup, so this video wasn't a struggle for me. All I kept thinking about was the soup. Even if this video had been a struggle, I know that I would have won in the end because I got the soup. Nothing was bad. Looking at this porridge situation, I'm not so sure about that adjective anymore. That soup, however. Another great thing is my video for next week. It'll work, guys. Next week is the week. I just need your guys' full support and low expectations. But that brings us to the end of this struggle video. I'm very full now. Thank you guys though for sharing your struggles with me over on Instagram though. So follow me over there if you ever want to be part of these kinds of videos as well. It will. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. But for now, I want to thank you again so much for watching this video. Entonces nos vemos la próxima vez. Hopefully with the sewing video. Y bye.